Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. Just sharing my screen here. Off to a late start. All right, let's put the camera on. Let's get this party started, shall we? Hope everybody is doing fantastic today. Happy Monday. Hopefully everybody could hear me okay. Hopefully everybody could uh, see me okay. There we go. Let's say hello to everybody and we'll be getting started momentarily. Sorry, folks, I was just a few minutes late. My cat was on top of me and I didn't have the heart to get her off of me. She's a she's a really good, sweet cat, and she just likes to lay on top of me in the mornings. All right, let's talk. Devin, Arnulfo, Steven, Cheese Gray Trader, Corey, hey Corey, Lydia, Jill, how are you, Jill? Jody, Tom, Kevin, Deanna, Ivano, Helen, Wayne, James, CJ, Mike, Richard, Charlie, Gregory, Kevin, Randy, Genevieve, Stacy, Timothy, Christian, Doris. Good morning, Doris. Keith, Krish, Stephen, Naples fan, Robert, Mark, Dave, Geothi, Eduardo. Good morning, Eduardo. HG. Hope you're doing okay, HG. I know things are not easy for you right now. Middle East, obviously. It's not fun. Hopefully you and your family are doing okay. Michael, Vernon, John, Alexander. Good morning, Alexander. Cam, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. Flying Ronan, John, Wesley. Should be a fun day. Yeah. Brian, Richard from Puente Gorda. Good morning. Brian. Good morning, Brian. I got to remember to email you back. I got to remember to email. It's been a really busy weekend. I'll email you later today, and I'll give you the details of where we are now. Kirk, Illinois grain farmer. We got another Kirk. We got a couple of Kirks here. Kirk Markarian and Kirk Kopsel. Two Kirks. Always family man. Yes, good, good. Eagle Beagle, good morning to you. Piet de Brock from Netherlands. Soon I'll be on your time frame, Piet de Brock, on Saturday. Lewis, Sherman, Steve, Hopium, Pat, Richard, John, Scuba Chris, Mitch, Ray, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. We got, let's say hello to everybody else. We got Ray. William, good morning, William. I hope you got you got my email. I'll talk about that in a minute. For some reason, everybody was expecting the market to be down at several hundred points, but I didn't see that. Moondog is in the house. Good, back from the gym. That's where I should have gone this morning, but I was here with you guys. Bob, good morning. Stephen, Omar. Hey, Omar. Gregory, Penny, Delroy, Santiago, Javad, Ofazio. Yes, I have to add the VWAP and reset it. Yes, I'll be doing that today. Thank you, Fazio. Frank, Karen, the Shark, Henry, Thomas, CJ, JB, Wade, Peanuts is here, Stefan, Art, Dave, Michael, Anukumar, Danny, Edgar, Bob, Santiago, David, Richard, James, Mark, Jay Fremix, Victor, Jay Martin, good morning. Richard, good morning, Richard. Basketball trainer, Hopium. Hope everybody is doing well this morning. Welcome and welcome and welcome. Actually, while I'm welcoming you guys, let me post some links real quick. Already got 300 people in the room. It didn't take very long. Here you go. So, folks, we had a really good session in the VIP room on Friday. I gave you a lot of day trading tips in the pit. Excuse me, in the VIP room. I'm going to do it again. Here's what I'm going to be covering today. Let me just give you some feedback. Day trading with basic price action. A lot of you folks don't understand basic price action, and it's really important to understand basic price action. How to determine if markets are choppy or trending. What are solo bars and how they can impact market action? How to increase odds of success when trading using the Alpha Zone Pro dashboard. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks. How to review of trading underlying asset, futures, options, so you can see all the choices you can when trading the Alpha Zone dashboard. and whether you could trade other assets using the AlphaZone Pro dashboards, and uh, and when is the time to do so. So I'll be talking about that today. Richard says Saturday's class was awesome. I thought so too. If I can get a replay for that, I will rebroadcast it. So today we're going to be talking about the basics of price action, how to determine if markets are choppy or trending, what are solo bars and how they impact price action, how to increase your chance of success when using the AlphaZone Pro, review of underlying assets that we could trade, including futures, options, and the underlying asset, and whether you could use AlphaZone Pro for other assets. I'll be doing that again, Frank, but the next version of that. Any chance that Friday video will be posted? Could not find on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube, Chuck. Anybody who wants Friday, not Saturdays. I don't have Saturdays video, but anybody who wants Friday's video, that should be put in the members area. Let me make sure they do that. It'll be put in the VIP members area. Hold on. One second. Let me just tell her. There you go. Yeah. And here, if you guys want it on YouTube, here it is. Let me give it to you right now. Let me show you where you could find it too. So you would just go to Roger Scott. You would just come up here. You would go to Roger Scott like this, right? Type in my name. You would go right here. So you would go right here to the live tab. You see the live tab? I'm going to post it in the link. Here's the live tab right here. Okay. And you could see right here, this is Friday's VIP room right here. Okay. Right here. This is the morning show. This is Friday's VIP room. This is the morning show from Thursday, VIP room, and it goes back in chronological order. This is the link for the video you guys want. This is part one. I'm going to post it right now. Okay. That's part one. That's Friday's VIP room. That's part one to AZP. Okay. Just FYI. All right. But if you guys want it, live tab, just go to my channel, type in Roger Scott on YouTube, and go to the live tab. Okay. Also, let me give you a link to Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Very important. Welcome, Bob. I hope the family's doing okay. Send me an update or let me know what's going on. Oh yeah, while we're here, and this will be the last time I do this, please, if you're watching on HD, if you're watching on YouTube, which all of you are, make sure you're watching at 1080p. Otherwise, it's going to get a little, thank you, Chuck. It's going to get a little choppy. 1080p, force 1080p. And if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up. There we go. There's a thumbs up. I gave myself one. And now let's begin. Okay. Now, a lot of folks, for some reason, thought that the market was going to be weak, and I send you guys a note right here. It's one of those I hate to say I told you notes, but someone asked me. That was William. He sent me an email yesterday morning, I think it was, if they should be going long the USD. And my response was, I don't think you should be going long the USD, not because of the USD, but because of the stock market, because the stock market is not responding that negatively. And I wrote my answer last time. We had global conflict. The overnight prices was the worst, and then the market started recovering. Plus, the USD is in the downtrend. So, what has the market been doing overnight? Let me show you. This is where we opened last night, right here. This is where we opened. This is where prices opened last night. And since that time, we've gotten up here. We went from 5960 to 6200. We're not that far off the high. Okay. So Saturday session was recorded, but I don't have the link yet, Santiago. I'm gonna get it right now. I'm going to try to get the link for you guys for the Saturday's recording, Santiago. I don't have that yet. So far, I posted the link for Friday's recording. Okay. So this is exactly what happened last week. Remember, the overnight markets were opening down, and then they went up as the market went on, and global markets that were not really down. There was really nothing. And again, I was talking about the stock market. There was nothing really. The U.S. stock market is not really reacting. Basically, I'm going to say exactly. I'm going to say. Yeah, here, I'll make sure I will post Saturday's recording. It's worth it. It was a good recording too. Okay. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I said last week. The market wants to go higher. Capiche? This market does. I'm talking about the stock market. The stock market does not look like it wants to break down. I think if the stock market was going to break down, it would have already done it. I think the stock market wants to. When I say go higher, I don't mean like rally higher. I mean the market doesn't isn't breaking down on this news. Okay, and I said that last week, and I'm going to repeat it again for anybody who didn't hear me well or has a hearing problem. The market doesn't look like it wants to go down on this news. Okay. Friday recording is AZP trading. I already posted that above, and I already posted that. And then Saturdays was the basically swing trading training and global markets trading. Okay. Yeah, but I did tell you guys that this market doesn't look like it wants to go much lower. I mean, it's fluctuating, it's doing its thing, but this is not. I mean, the S&P 500 is down 2 points. Okay, this is not a bit. This is the mid caps are up. I mean, there's nothing going on right now. The Dow's down 50 points. I mean, the market's reacting like we didn't have anything going on over the weekend. Okay, yeah, it was limitless. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Okay, all right, let's continue. Let's talk about gold. I remember telling you guys, and Richard, this is what I was not Richard. Sorry, not it was. It's not Richard. Who was I talking to this morning? William. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to get confused. Um, I like gold more than the US dollar because gold is following its trend. We are already in an uptrend. So my perspective would be I would prefer to go long the gold market in relationship to what's going on right now because gold is already moving higher, as opposed to getting into going along the U.S. dollar, which I believe is jumping simply because of the unknown right now, and it's hitting the 50-day line, and I don't think it's going to break through unless we're going to have other data that's in line with this. And again, if the U.S. dollar is going up right now, we got to make sure it's going up for the right reason. Okay. Also, crude oil. Crude oil is still moving higher, but crude oil is now at 74. It's only up 0.65 from where it closed on Friday. So again, I think the stock market and folks, let me be clear with you, as if I wasn't being very clear. Um, yeah, it was a very important class. I agree with you. I agree with you, Richard. I will get you guys a copy of it. I promise. So my point is, I'm not seeing a huge reaction from crude oil. I mean, crude oil was higher, but right now, crude oil is down here. It's in this level. So, and I mean, this is natural. I mean, we have a lot of unforeseeability, but I think this may be the peak. And I think we may be closing down here, and I think we may be heading down to the 70 level. Now, what exactly do I mean by the stock market resilient? Am I saying that the stock market is really strong, that the stock market is going to rally hard, that the stock market's going to make new highs? I'm not saying any of that. All I'm saying is I don't see the stock market really wanting to break down right now. So I'm not really becoming. So here's what I'm trying to get. Here's my point. I'm not really bullish, but I'm not really bearish. Does that make sense? I'm neutral, meaning I'm not seeing this as a negative catalyst for the stock market. So the stock market structure hasn't been shifted, hasn't changed at all. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you guys a replay of that. I promise I will. I will. All right. I promise you I will get you Saturday's recording, and I'll get you the Friday's recording again here in case you want to see part one of the AZP that I did Friday. I'll do that before I leave. But let me talk about this. This is really important. Okay. So my point here is I'm not really seeing a lot more upside here. I'm not seeing a major catalyst here unless something new happens. All bets are off if something new happens. Okay. Volatility. Is volatility reacting? Not really. I mean, it's remember on Friday it was up like 20% or 15%. It's not even up 4%. It's up a point. It's not even up 1 point. So, and we're below this stuff right here. We're below this. We're still in this area. There's nothing happening right now. There's nothing. I know that a lot of you think Middle East war, but it's just not happening. I mean, I would be the first to tell you if it was, but I told you last week the stock market just doesn't seem to be reacting to this. Uh, Yes, Javad. Yes, yes, and we'll talk about all that in a second. But overall, folks, I'm not really seeing a broken market structure. Look at interest rates. Look at bonds. Are bonds really flying away? Remember, the bonds have a lot of influence on the U.S. dollar and vice versa. Is there anything really happening with the bonds? No, the bonds are at 0.18 ticks. So I'm not really seeing. I'm not. It depends, Eduardo. Not always. Not always. So I'm not really seeing anything that crazy right now. Okay, let's talk about catalysts. Okay, what are the catalysts? Come on, guys. What are the catalysts for today? So and while you're writing the catalysts, I want you guys to understand that I'm not saying the market's going to make new highs tomorrow. All I'm saying is the market doesn't seem to be the market seems to be shrugging off this Middle East drama. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not seeing it being impactful to the stock market. And yes, I agree it should be more impactful, but it's just not. And we have to listen to price data. All right. Oh, Richard Feinberg, he breaks out. U.S. attack on Iran, maybe. Yes, I agree. That's still a catalyst. Yes, let's just call it the. I have it the Middle East oil shipping and travel, Richard. That's how I call all of that. I package it all up into Middle East oil shipping and travel. Just he's got that one right. Yeah, it's definitely still dominating. Bad for yes, 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 yes. June manufacturing, yes. PMI, yes, you got that. Chip stocks, yes. But not for the reason you're pointing to. But yes, chip stocks definitely, because there was I think an upgrade or a downgrade on AMD. We'll talk about that in a second. And let's see what else. Let's see. Aha, John got Tesla. That's AMD upgrade. Thank you. That's it. That's the one. Richard, you got everything except Tesla, and you got the chips. You didn't get the cause. It was AMD. So you are actually correct though, but the catalyst for the KLAC and LRCX was AMD. But hey, I'm being extra picky right now. Um, Powell, no, not today. I'm talking about today. Today, here's what I have, okay? I'm gonna give you everything I have right here. Home sales, Middle East oil shipping travel, that's, that whole thing that you guys are talking about. Defense stocks, but you can argue that that's part of the whole Middle East thing, so I'll let that slide, but I defense stocks definitely. Fed speakers today. We got Fed speakers today. PMI, AMD upgrade chip stocks, Tesla got something going on with Tesla, and here's what it's going on with Tesla. Here it is, Richard. So you were right about the chip stocks. You got that right, but you didn't catch the catalyst, but you got it right. So you got that. Defense stocks, but that's part of our whole Middle East war. I'm not going to hold that against you because that can be bunched into that too. So you get points for that. Tesla. Remember what I always tell you: when a mega cap, the top five stocks, or even top 10 stocks are up over a percent or down over a percent, that's important. Now, does the Dow get in there? The Dow Chemicals? No, it's not a massive stock. It's not a massive. Does Northern Trust get in there? No, but AMD and Tesla do. So, uh, No, that's not big enough, Mitch. Not big enough. Oh yeah, Naples fan. Anything when you have a mega cap over 1%, it's big. Why do you think I'm always showing you my why do you think I'm always showing you my what are they called? In the morning when the market opens on the main free Telegram channel, why do you think I'm always showing you what each sector is doing? It's up over 1%. Naples fan, 1% means price is not random. Whenever you see price over 1% or below 1%, it means price is not random. So again, for those of you who are just coming in here, VIP room, we are going to be breaking down today. Here's a link in the VIP room. We are going to be discussing today. My dogs are going crazy, by the way. Day trading with basic price action, how to determine if markets are choppy or trending, what are solo bars and how they impact price action, how to increase odds of success when using the Alpha Zone Pro, review trading the underlying SPY, the futures, the E-minis, and the options. And again, if anybody missed that session, I had a session similar to that on Friday. And if you missed that session, here is the link. I'm going to get it for you once again to show you how to get it. You go right here, you click my face, you go to the live tab. Here's the link for the live tab. I'll post it again. And here's the VIP room form Friday. It's right here. Here's the link. There it goes. And it's just the education session, not the selling session. We cut that off, okay? YouTube doesn't like that. So there's the Friday session, and we're going to do another session today. We're going to build on that, okay? And answer some of your questions from Friday, okay? And here's the link, again, for today's VIP room. And then let me give you customer service live. Cam, Gustavo, and Jax will be there. And what's this week's agenda, boys? What are we teaching folks this week? Here's customer service live, and here it is again. What are we teaching folks this week? Okay, let us know. Okay, so you guys have all the catalysts, right? Home sales, Middle East, defense stocks, Fed speakers, PMI, chips, and Tesla. Those are all of them. Okay. The market right now, Nasdaq has just turned positive. As I said, this market does not look like it wants to go lower. E-mini S&P are down 0.5 point. Let's just take a quick look at this. And this was evident last week, by the way. This isn't like something new I just came out with. I told you this last week, and I'm telling you this right now. Look at the market right now. Look at where we opened last night at 5 o'clock in the evening. We went all the way up here, and we couldn't even get past this level here. And we're now coming back up. This market does not look like it wants to. Maybe a lot of uncertainty, maybe a lot of non-directional bias, but this market does not want to go lower. And I'm saying that for the third time already. Now, does that mean you should be aggressively long right now? Hell no. But I'm not seeing any major selling pressure. I think the market would have used this as an excuse to see major selling pressure, and it didn't. Also, um, I don't think what happened last night was a bad. I don't think what Trump did was a bad thing. I think this was a positive thing. I don't think the world looks upon this as a negative. I think the world looks upon this as a positive. Okay, ACP training in the VIP room, into the any Larry, they should all be there already. If not, let me know which ones are not, and I'll make sure they'll do that. But yes, all the ACP training should be in the ACP members area too. All right, Tucci. All right. Okay. So we talked about gold. I still like gold. I'm still bullish gold. I like where we're at on gold right now, and we still have upside trajectory here. And remember something else. Gold was going up way before the Middle East drama. Remember what I always say, and this is something important. This is what you want to write down. If there's something happening in the world and you want to buy a stock because it's a catalyst, you make sure that stock was going up before the catalyst began. Why does that matter? Let me show you why that matters. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, we wanted to trade um, the energy sector right now, right? Because of what's going on in the Middle East, right? Let's just say that, hypothetically speaking. So here's the energy sector. The energy sector has been barely, by the way, it's been barely going up. I mean, this is the energy sector. Hard to believe, right? But this is the energy sector. So we know what was the energy sector doing before all of this? It was going sideways. It wasn't really doing anything, right? So, and look at this catalyst. This is the catalyst for. I mean, if this is a breakout on the energy sector, we could stop the party already. The point is this: the energy sector barely went up. Oh, look, Roger, you have a breakout. Look, you have a breakout. Okay, what's causing this breakout? We know what's causing this breakout. Does this look like a major breakout to you? No. The odds are 3, 4 days goes by, nothing happens in the Middle East. The price data will just revert and continue doing what it was doing before. Same thing with the US dollar. What's the US dollar doing right now? Well, it's all of a sudden it started going up. Look, miraculously, it was going down. It was ready to break down again, and it started going up. Now, we know exactly why it's going up because of the Middle East, because we have flight to quality, the war, Middle East. It makes perfect sense. Now, what happens if the Middle East drama is going to end? Where do you think the US dollar is going to go? It's going to revert back. What do I always tell you about news? News drives price for about 24 to 72 hours. And then price reverts back to the main trend. I hope to God you guys are writing this down because it only took me about 15 years to learn all this. I know it just sounds like I'm blah, 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 just talking, but I'm not. I'm saying really important stuff here. New catalysts usually cause a shift in price action that lasts 24 to 72 hours. So if nothing happens in the next 24 to 72 hours, what do we expect US dollar to do? To revert back down to its main trend. That's why last week I said very specifically, I said, hey, if you guys want to go long stocks, go long. This was last Friday. I said, go long stocks that were going up before the Middle East drama started. Because if this Middle East drama ends, all the stocks that are the new catalyst, they're going to revert back lower because nothing's going to drive them. Take notes. Richard's telling you here, very important, take notes. This is really important. It may not, I know I'm not talking about your favorite indicator. Just because I'm not talking about what you think is the most important doesn't mean it's not the most important. Your understanding of what you think is very important is not very important. My understanding of what's very important is very important. And I'm explaining to you, this is more important than any stupid indicator out there. A catalyst typically lasts 24 to 72 hours. Then price reverts back in the direction of the main trend. What does that mean, Roger? That means that if nothing happens in the next few days, the US dollar will revert back. But that means that gold will revert back too. Okay, which way is gold moving? It's moving higher. So which way was gold going before this Middle East debacle started? It was going up, which means if gold is going up, it should continue going up after this catalyst. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. Folks, what I'm saying right now is how you make money in the markets, not applying your favorite indicator, listening to what I'm saying right now. So here's what happens, right? You hear a catalyst, there's a story on the news, your favorite stock starts going up, you buy your favorite stock, here, let me give you a practical example. Here, let me give you a practical example. Here. So Cisco, see how it's going up? Hood, you see how it's going up? These stocks have been going up before any of this started, okay? Now look at this stock, EQT. This is a natural gas stock. It's been going up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Why do you think this stock is going up? Hey, how about this stock, AR? How many days has this stock been going above the range? These two stocks are catalyst-driven stocks, which means they're much more vulnerable than a stock like Cisco or Robinhood that has been going up already. Capiche? I'm giving you guys like $1 million advice here. I know you guys don't understand it or don't think I am because I'm not talking about your favorite indicator. But trust me, I am giving you millions of dollars of value right now. Look at EXK, energy company. Look at how long the stock has been going up. This is completely driven by Middle East. This is, let's see, let's see, let's see. I think that's about it on my list. But my point is, if you were to go here and if you were to look at this stock, if you were to look at AR, or if you were to look at uh, that other stock, whatever the hell that other stock, EXE, these stocks are making 90-day highs, but they're not making 90, they're not, this stock making 90-day high and this stock making 90-day high are there's very different reason why this stock is making 90-day high versus this stock. So when you're trading a catalyst, you have to be the catalyst has to be fed. The catalyst has you have to there has to be something more continuing. Otherwise, crude oil is going to come right back down here and the catalyst is going to be gone. Meanwhile, gold, what has gold been doing? Gold's been going up this whole time. Who cares about the Middle East with gold? Gold's been going up because of China, because of chip stocks, because of inflation, all these other reasons. The odds are, if the Middle East thing craps out, gold will continue doing its own thing. Now, am I trying to suggest that you buy gold? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You see a catalyst, the market's already moving, you get a 90-day breakout, you buy that stock, the catalyst is gone, the stock goes down, and you have nothing to work with. Don't fall for that, okay? And you guys should really, really, really rewatch this session. No, you can't, John. Okay? So I'm serious about this. Hey, look at that. There you go, Ivan. You guys see what you guys understand what I'm saying right now? If Kirk, let's say that cyber attack is a catalyst. Look at the stock. Was the stock moving in your direction before the catalyst? If it was moving in your direction before the catalyst, the odds are after this catalyst, it'll just revert to whatever it was doing. Gold is the perfect example. Has gold moved much because of what's been going on? No, but we know that gold is still in an uptrend. So ask yourself, what's causing this stock to go up? Is it this catalyst that I'm excited about, or was it already moving before the catalyst? Ask yourself. You'll save yourself a hell of a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money, okay? All right, we're making good on time. So crude oil, I think crude oil may be topping out because we're not really seeing it. And by the way, it's only up, it's pretty much flat. I mean, let's look at it intraday. Let's look at it. Are you guys getting benefit out of this? Are you guys getting benefit out of this? So look at crude oil since we opened last night. Here, I want to compare something. Let's compare these two. Look at crude oil since we opened last night, right? And look at the S&P since we opened last night. Do you remember me telling you that crude oil is going to be the number one catalyst to tell us if the market, if this Middle East drama is done? Well, this is crude oil the last 12 hours, and this is the S&P the last 12 hours. What did they look like to you? Tell me, what did they look like to you? Did they maybe look like the same chart inversed? Thank you. Do you see how they are inverse of one another? Look, crude, SPY. Look at this big bar. Look how we peak out here. Look how we come down. Look at how we make a high. Look how we make a lower low. Look how we're going up. And look at crude oil. We break out. We peak out here. We make a low right here. Then now we make a high. And now we're coming back down. If I was to invert this chart, it would be mimicking this chart. Jeremiah, look at these two charts. Look at this bar. This is the last 12 hours of S&P, and this is the last 12 hours of crude oil. Can anybody say with a straight face that they are not completely inverse of each other? That's right. Thank you, Jeff. Now, Jeff, how about the last 12 hours? What do you say? Tell me they're not 100% negatively correlated. Do you remember I told you last week that this is going to be the crude oil is going to be the biggest determining factor of when this party's over? look at a chart of the E-mini the last 12 hours, and please tell me they're not completely not 50%, not 75%, they're 100% negatively correlated. Look at this big bar. Look at how we bottom out here. Look at how we top out here. Look how we broke down and now going up. Look how we broke down, up, and then breaking down. Please tell me they are not 100% correlated. 100% negatively correlated. Not 80, not 90, 100% negatively correlated. Do you remember last week, watch crude oil and volatility? They're going to be telling us when the market's over. So they're not slightly correlated. They're not kind of correlated. I would say they are 100% negatively correlated. 100%. 100% right now. Not 80, not 90, 100%. That's a pretty strong statement. Look for yourself, please. I beg you. Analyze them. Just go to the futures and type in 5-minute 1 day. I mean, no, literally negative. Let me show you something. Look when this made an all-time low, 3:15 in the morning. Look at this. When did this make it a high, all-time high? Look at this. What time is this? 2:55, 3:15. Look, 3:15. No, it's just right now. It's not always. It's right now. I didn't say always. I said right now. Right now, while we're in the middle of this drama. And that's why I'm looking at crude oil on a daily basis to start going down here, because once crude oil starts coming down here, SPY, this is a great session. We're getting so much done today. And the SPY will stop, this little thing. And by the way, I mean, we're just at the 200-day, which isn't really all that bad. I mean, this is holding on pretty damn well, if you ask me. That's the E-mini, by the way. And here's the SPY daily. This is the SPY cash. This is where we're at. This doesn't take into account today's trading action, and it shouldn't. So this is how the SPY looks. Remember, consolidation, not a lot of directional bias. Remember all that? All right. No, just today, Ira. Just right now. Because right now, what's driving stocks? Energy price. Folks, if you don't know what drives prices, you will not. I'm going to say back to you exactly what I said to you back 2 months ago when we started doing the morning catalysts. If you don't know what's driving price, here, let me go back. If you don't know what's driving the stock market in the morning, and right now you sure as hell do, you will never be effectively be able to gauge price. Now look, we're breaking down on crude oil. I'll bet you the S&P futures are moving higher. Yep. So, are any one of you not going to be looking at crude oil today during the day? What's the significance of the 70 level on oil? It's a fear level. That's a fear level. I don't know if it's 70. I don't know if it's exactly 70. Let's take a quick look. It's because that's the breakout level. It's not a significant it's a significant level because we saw a major breakout right around the 70 level. See right here? So my point is when we come back here, that means that catalyst will be invalidated and crude oil and crude oil and S&P 500 will stop mimicking each other. But do you guys see right here? So I'm thinking somewhere right around here, and right here is right below 70. And by the way, everything I'm showing you right now, I showed you last week when we were over here like this. I told you right here, 70. Everything I'm saying right now, I'm just repeating myself. I'm not saying anything new here, which I often do. Okay, so the bond market is really not reacting. I mean, it is reacting positively. This is flight to quality, if you want to call it. But I mean, look, it's up 0.35 for the love of God. Volatility is up 2%. VIX is up 2%. Crude oil is negative now. We're now back in this range. We're not here anymore. We're now back here. We're here now. We're right here where where I'm showing you. We're here. So we're not even here anymore. We're not even at this level anymore. We've already lost this level. So we're already well into this level. To me, if we close at the bottom today, this will be a reversal bar. And by the way, I'm going to be updating you on Telegram every step of the way. You don't have to worry about all this. I'll be updating you. I think I've done a pretty good job of updating you in the Telegram channel last couple of days. Okay. All right. Um, let's kind of read through this very quickly. And by the way, one of the other things I told you last night in Telegram, aside from saying I hate to say I told you so, was the fact that one second. I also told you that global markets, watch the global markets, and global markets are going to be telling us quite a lot, and they're not really down all that much. Look, I'll read this very quickly because I want to talk about stocks. But look, Europe, it's flat overnight. Okay. Remember, I told you yesterday in the morning when I posted yesterday, I said to you guys, watch global markets. They're going to be really, really giving us a lot of clues. Look at Europe. It's flat. It's flat. China reversed earlier losses and closed higher. It didn't break down. And Japan closed slightly lower, slightly lower. And that slightly lower is, I mean, I'm looking for a big move. This is big global data. So you guys see that we're not getting any low. That's the other thing I always tell you about. Always look at global markets. I think most of you, if you guys are serious about trading, and if you come here every morning, you should have become a better trader over the last few months. If you've been following what I've been telling you, just by the sheer feel of the market, just by looking at these catalysts, instead of just some guy giving you hot stocks, I'm actually showing you how to analyze, how to think for yourself when it comes to the stock market. And I think that's very important. Thank you, Richard. Yes, how about some thumbs up? Here. One time. And by the way, I didn't draw the see, oil is down right now. It's negative already. It's negative. Think about this. We attacked the Middle East over the weekend, and oil is negative. Think about what I just said. We attacked the Middle East yesterday or the day before, and oil is negative. I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything, I don't know what else will. And China's not really doing much. Not really doing much at all. As a matter of fact, look at pre-open, 0.82 up. So they're not hating this at all. Okay, let me just kind of quickly go through this. Most of you already know this, so I don't have to spend a lot of time. I'm just going to breeze through this, okay? We're pretty much flat, as you can see here. This was written several hours ago. We were flat, and E-minis were flat. Not the expectation that American public thought we were getting, but exactly the expectation I thought we were getting, because the market was just not reacting. Oil market was not reacting last week, the end of last week. Volatility was not reacting last week. The bond market was not reacting last week. And the stock market was hovering at the 15-day EMA. The stock market did not look like it wanted to go lower last week. And I think now everybody agrees with me. Okay, Michael, I'm just being general, but yes, we attacked Iran. Fair enough. The bully of the Middle East. Let's not play word games, okay? The U.S. struck 3 Iranian sites. We already know what happened. Trump called it a spectacular military success. He only found out about it. They were planning this. So just so you guys know, the military was planning this for about 3.5 weeks. Trump found out about it about 4 hours before it happened. Okay? Investors are watching for Iran's response to the airstrike as it could drive sentiment. Yeah, I would say it's going to drive sentiment, all right. Crude prices gave up earlier gains amid speculations that the threat of oil disruption may not materialize. Nothing is materializing. Investors focused this week also on Federal Reserve Jerome Powell's congressional testimony. We'll talk more about that. There's a lot of data this week, including GDP, Jerome Powell speaking, consumer confidence. We'll get into all of this tomorrow. I don't think we need to really get into it right now because it's not really impacting the markets right now at all, and we got plenty of time to talk about it. Uh, cool hopium. Good. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. Investors are now focused on Jerome Powell. Yes, I think we're going to start focusing away from the Middle East and focusing on all the stuff that's relating to U.S. markets. Uh, this is what happened on Friday. We really don't care about it right now because it's already priced into the market. Manufacturing index came in weaker than expected. There is some issues with manufacturing. Again, we're still within our supply chain, so we're okay. Waller said on Friday central banks could cut interest rates as early as next month. That's what I was saying. I was saying July, August, remember? Reaffirming his view that inflationary impact of tariffs is likely to be short-lived. We'll see about that. At the same time, Dolly said that lowering interest rates this fall looks more appropriate than making move. I said somewhere around August. That's what I'm seeing August. For me, I look more to the fall. So one is saying July and one is saying September. I'm saying August. I'm not really saying anything different than they are. Usually I am. Right now, I'm not. I'm not. Because I think by August, September, we'll have a better clarity on I don't know. I don't know, Naples fan. I don't know. I can only tell you what I know, but I could tell you that Trump did not know about this attack, that U.S. Army, well, the Navy was planning this attack. They've been planning it for about 2.5 to 3 weeks. He found out about it just a few hours, well, a day before it happened. And I'm so glad he decided to do it. I think that Trump did the right thing. I think he was great decision on his part. My opinion. Powell, Capitol Hill is the focus this week. Fed chief will likely stress that although rate cuts are possible this year, policymakers see greater clarity. And by the way, even if they do lower rates, I'm not expecting them to begin a major lowering cycle. 1 to 2 times this year, and that's it. Okay? 1 to 2 times this year. Market participants will be watching earnings reports. This is this week. This is not today. And that's why I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about this. Nike, FedEx, Micron, very influential stocks. Richard Feinberg, these will be catalysts when it's time. These will all be catalysts. This is a huge retailer. This is a huge chip stock. And this is a huge blue chip transport stock. But just not today, okay? Global Flash U.S. Purchase Manager Survey is going to be announced. This is PMI. We did talk about it. Richard did mention it, and so did others. Existing home sales. Home sales have been taking a big dump. And remember, home sales indirectly impact consumer spending because when people buy homes, that's when they spend a lot of money. Europe, as I said, global markets are not being feared by this. Global markets are very happy about this. Investors remain surprisingly calm following U.S. strikes on Iran. And folks, the U.S. stock market loves to overreact. And it didn't. You guys know how much the market loves to overreact. As stated, we need calm heads to push peace. Yeah, I'm glad he did this. I mean, I think this was the only way to go. Okay. I know. We may have repercussions. I know he didn't get, he did the right thing. I'm going to leave it at that. In my opinion, he did the right thing. Europe is flat. Energy stocks and tech stocks advanced. Defense stocks retreated. But you could see here, you can't really make much of this when there was no movement, right? FedEx, Fred Smith, founder. Yeah, he passed away. Yeah. He just passed away. He was a very smart man, from what I heard. Penny, do you know how old he was? I read that last night. So sad. The guy was a genius. Didn't he make that plan when he was in Harvard or something like that? I read about it. He had a very interesting business plan. The guy, that's a trendsetter right there. China reversed earlier losses, closed higher. They're looking ahead for the National People's Congress Committee. Fresh stimulus. Everybody's looking at the Middle East. He was 80. Okay. Don't. I don't want you guys to think that this Middle East thing is done. But it isn't driving price right now. I mean, look at volatility. Volatility's up less than 2%. E-minis are going up. Look, remember we were talking about crude going up? So where's that crude? Where's that crude? I don't want to get into it, but you could see right now it's going back up. It's coming back up. And I'll bet you crude is going down right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to check again. I have too much fun with you guys. Yep, there it is. There it is. Let's see. I bet you it's been going down the last 15 minutes. And there it is. Look, S&P. Look at that. S&P. And where's my crude? And crude oil. Completely inverse of each other. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post both of these charts, set them on 1 day, 5 minutes, okay? Here's one, and here's the other one. Set these on 5 minute, 1 day. Here, look, 5 minute, 1 day, 5 minute, 1 day. Here's both of them, so you guys can have fun with them too, okay? All right. He was a very special guy. He was a very special guy, that Fred Smith. Folks, don't forget Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. Here's a link for that. Don't forget, Uncle Roger will be talking about day trading today in the VIP room. It's going to be part 2, and people loved part 1 so much that they want a recording of it. And I posted it here for you. I still don't have Fridays, but as soon as Friday's done, we will have it. Folks, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, please do. Now, let's see, did we finish the report or not? Not yet. China, Japan, closed slightly lower. Certainty of Middle East, that's still driving price. Don't think it's not. US dollar provided some support-oriented stocks. But again, Tesla, over 1%. Anytime a mega cap is over 1%, we have to pay attention to it. It will influence price. Defense stocks are expecting to rise. I'm expecting Palantir to also rise. AMD. So I gave you these catalysts. I bunched this in with the Middle East, oil, shipping, and travel. But again, I did write defense right here. In big letters right there. Defense. You could see it right there. Defense. And that's that. Now, what about, do we have any movement in the market? No, you have 47 stocks making 52-week highs. You have 29 stocks making 52-week lows. What about 20-day highs? 123. Let's look a week ago where we were. 322. Yes, Manoj, later this week. 322 a week ago, 322 stocks were making 20-day highs. Right now, 123. I'll make this bigger so you could see. See, look, 123. Look a week ago. 322. Do we have momentum right now? No. But do we have downside momentum? Let's look at 20-day breakdowns. 137. Let's look. That's a week ago. That's today. Let's look a week ago. 55. 55, 137. It's increasing to the downside, but nothing crazy. Now, what about stock? What about 50-week highs, 20-week highs, 50-day highs, 90-day highs? 84 stocks are making 90-day highs, and 46 stocks are making 90-day lows. We don't have a lot of directional momentum. Let's look at the broad market. Let's look at mega caps. Good to hear that, John. Why did you talk about Saturday? Is there a replay? What did you talk about on Saturday? I talked about Saturday about swing trading and about how to create synergy together. I'm waiting for them to give me a link for that so I could post it. They haven't given it me. I think they weren't, customer service wasn't working on the weekend, and I think they have to process it. I asked them to give it to me. So as soon as they give it to me, I will give it to you. But it was a good session. I showed you how to use a watch list. We went through Cisco, Hood, Micron, EQT, VST, and Mandela's. And I showed you in great detail, I showed you why I like certain stocks and why I don't like certain stocks. And it was really good. Yes, thank you for your service, John. Really, thank you for your service. Okay, what are mega caps doing, guys? Let's look at mega caps. What are mega caps doing? Can anybody tell me what are mega caps doing? Yes, it got upgraded. What are mega caps doing? Nothing. Nothing. And look, they're up on the day. What's the QQQ doing? Look, it's down zero point 0.1. Big impact from global markets, right? Negative 0.01%. Big impact from global markets. Woo! I'm shaking in my boots. Do you remember these lines I drew for you guys? I didn't do them for my health. And are they respecting my levels or what? Thank you, John. That's very cool of you. Thank you. Are they expecting my levels? Remember, I told you support 524.74. I haven't changed this in about a week or two, so I don't even remember when I drew this, but look at how we've been holding these levels. Does this look to you like a reaction from a war reaction to you? Oh, we're unchanged. Excuse me, we're not even negative. Now we're flat. SMH. Let's look at SMH. I told you last week the market looks like it wants to go higher. I told you. Do you guys remember me telling you last week, like middle of last week? I said, I think this market, and when I say wants to go higher, I'm not talking about a breaking out. What I really mean is it doesn't want to go lower. When I say it wants to go higher, what I really mean is it doesn't want to go much lower. It looks like it's very uppity. Every time it comes down, it comes right back up. It doesn't look like a market that's ready to break down. And I told you that last week. Yeah, me too, Jeff. Look. I mean, what are we doing here? We're not doing anything. Look at SPY. I told you this. I did. I told you the market doesn't look like it wants to go lower. My grandfather was crippled in World War II. Uh, there's SMH. Look, SMH, SPY. That's SPY. Let's do SMH. Thought I put a little box there. I did. I said this market looks like it wants to go higher. I mean, again, relatively speaking, in light of this Middle East thing, it doesn't look like it wants to go lower. And here's SMH. We're at the 8-day EMA. We're not even at the 15-day. We're at the 8-day. If you want to add insult to injury. Yeah, I'll be late to work, but I got to get out of here. So choppy markets, not a lot of directional bias. I know all of you are going to be looking at crude oil today. You're also going to be looking at volatility today. VIX, here, I'm going to give you links. You're going to be looking at this today. That's why I use bar chart in the morning. I can give you guys links. Exactly. Yeah, and the market doesn't look like it wants to go lower. And I told you that last week. Clyde's got to go to work. I'm not going anywhere. No, I am. Here again, here's the crude oil chart if you guys want to have it. Set it on 1 day, 5 minute. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense. Here's that. So I'm giving you all the good stuff, waiting for the breakout from consolidation. There you go, Kevin. And by the way, folks, I have not been giving you a lot of trades in the pit. I've been giving you some bonus trades, but I have not been giving you a lot of trades in the pit. I hope that you guys appreciate that and understand why I haven't been doing it. And it's not because I'm lazy. It's not because I don't want to work. It's not because I'm on a sabbatical. It's because I'm watching your ass. Look what the market's been doing. Look at RSP. Yeah, Bugs, I'm not seeing any downside pressure. You got trade what you see. Yeah, I'm not seeing. And again, when I'm saying the market doesn't want to go lower, when I say the market looks like it wants to go higher, I was saying it as the market was expected to go lower because of the Middle East. And I told you, I said this market doesn't look like it wants to go lower. It looks like it just wants to hover around here. And by the fact that volatility is up 1%, and by the fact that crude oil is negative after we attacked the Middle East over the weekend, I think most of you agree with me that now. There have not been good trades, which is why I haven't been taking them. I'm not going to take shitty trades just for the sake of taking trades. Now, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at to the downside and upside. And again, I'm very cautious both ways, meaning I'm not seeing any directional bias. Also, folks, it's Monday. What usually happens on Monday? Now, I'm anything but lazy. I'm a little too industrious. That's the problem that people tell me. I'm a little too industrious. Yes, absolutely, Eagle Beagle. That's right. I'm talking about right now. I don't know what will happen, Mark. Mark, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I'm talking about right now. Okay. So, Conagra Brands. First time we're ever talking about this stock on this show. We've never ever mentioned it before. CRPT. Look at this thing. It wants to break down. MCD. I know McDonald's isn't looking all that pretty right now. I would wait for a pullback to the 8-day. I would not be taking this trade. I'm just giving you stocks that are on my watch list right now. IART. Some of them are very interesting, actually, like this one. Dava. That's what I'm thinking, Michael. That's what I'm thinking. How about this one, Dava? These may not be highly optionable, but they look great. And they're not that expensive either. Some of these are $13 stocks, $10 stocks. If a stock is $10 or less, folks, my suggestion is not to do the option, but to do the stock. Oh, cash is definitely a position. I just want you guys to know I'm not avoiding trades in the pit because I have because the market's just doing this, and it's like quicksand. ASGN, WSO. We did mention this last week. ACIW. I'm giving you some very interesting stocks to the downside today. Okay. And I just want to add most of the stocks, not all, but like the last 5 stocks I've given you, they're not large cap stocks. So they're not going to be as impacted by the S&P 500, especially the ones that are like $13, $12 and so forth. Have I given you guys a lot of actionable stuff to work with, to think about today? Let me know. Now let me give you my long list. And remember, these are just lists. So, Carla, you were asking about yesterday, about about Saturday. A lot of the stocks that I'm about to give you right now, I was showing why they're ready and why they're not ready. And I actually gave you my favorite one too. I don't remember what it was, but I gave you my favorite one. It might have been Hood. I don't remember. VST, Cisco, Hood, VST. It's almost at our breakout level again here. INSM. I'm getting carried away here. I got to get out of here. Nice consolidation. Breaking out. Lemonade. Interesting chart on this one. Car. CCK. Beautiful chart. Notice this stock has been going up before this whole Middle East started. That's the kind of stocks you want to buy. Stocks that were going up before the Middle East drama started, not that started going up after the Middle East drama started. EPR, because those stocks will be dependent on the Middle East drama continuing, you see. BJRI. Good, John. I'm so glad to hear that. Nice breakout here. Now, would I day trade this stock? Probably not. Look at how wicky it is. Look at all the wicks. Look at all the wicks. That means it doesn't have good follow through, but swing trading is beautiful. BJRIs and FN, last one. And I do have to get going. And that's it. Folks, be careful today. We're not done yet. Obviously, Middle East can retaliate. They can do all this stuff, but mostly what they do is talk and threaten us and not really do anything. I'm very happy that our president did what he did. I think it's the best thing. I think it's the only thing for this country and this world, because I do think they're developing nuclear weapons. I would be very cautious today. It's Monday. We have a very busy week. I would be watching oil very carefully. And my key is I want to see if oil breaks 70. I want to see if volatility can break 20. And if I want to see if the stock market, folks, now this is the punchline. I want the stock market to trade today above six. I want the E-mini S&P to trade above 6,035. I want to see us break this level on the E-mini. Here's a chart. Here's the link for it if you want to watch it in real time. Okay? If you're watching the SPY, I do have to get going. I'm really late to work. 5 minutes, one day. That level on the SPY is 596. I want us to go above 596. Capiche? Here's the chart. Set it on 5 minute, one day. 5 minute, one day, or it's going to be useless to you. Okay. Hopefully, I've been able to benefit you guys. Here's a link to VIP room where we'll be doing another day trading session today. For anybody who missed the agenda, I know that some of you got in late. I'll be talking about where is it here? Here's what I'm talking about. I'll be talking about basic price action, how to determine if markets are choppy or trending, what are solo bars and how they impact price action. Solo, S-O-L-O, solo bars. How to increase your odds of success when using the Alpha Zone Pro. And I'll review trading the SPY versus trading the E-minis and versus trading the option and show you some examples. Okay? And here's a link to Customer Service Live. I'm going to be late for work. And Eagle Beagle, I hope your mom is okay. I hope, Bob, I hope your family's doing better. Prayers to your family. I know Bob's got some stuff going on. Richard, I hope your daughters are thriving. And I hope all of you guys do great today. And folks, one thing I want to tell you, I know that sometimes I may seem like I'm argumentative, but I'm not. I just want the best for you. I just want you guys to make money, and I'm trying to help you the most that I can. And I don't think you'll find anybody who wants you guys to succeed more than I do. I really, really want you guys to succeed. Okay? I'll see you guys later. I'm going to work. I'll be a few minutes late because I'm here and I have to get going, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Have a great day today. And remember, it's Mondays. Mondays, sometimes not a lot happens. We didn't have a lot happening overnight in the global markets, so we could have the same thing here. Bye, guys. Bye.